fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star.
How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today, something a bit different again. I'm doing a Q&A. I've got a few of my followers on Twitter to send me in some football related questions, and yeah, just as something a bit different so you guys get to know me a bit better as well. If you didn't know, I support Manchester United, just as a heads up before this. A lot of the questions are based around that. Yeah, so this is just a Q&A. If you want to send me some normal questions for a normal Q&A, leave them in the comments down below. And yeah, let's get into the video. So if you see me look down quickly, it's because I've got my questions here on my phone. So the first question is, who do you hate more? And I'll put these up on the screen as well, actually. Who do you hate more, Liverpool, Leeds or Manchester City? Now, back in the day, Leeds had a massive rivalry with United, but during my lifetime, never really had an issue with Leeds in any way. City have only really developed into a big club the last few years, and that's the only time they've become relevant to me. Personally, I think Liverpool have got the biggest rivalry with Manchester United. So if I had to choose, I'd go Liverpool. It's probably who I hate most out of those three teams. Second up, Jose or Pogba. Now, it's tough because I didn't like Jose when he was in charge. I didn't like the way he played football, but he got results somehow, and he got the job done. Pogba is one of them players, he kind of plays in snatches. Like, he's really good, technical, talented player, really good for any team if his head's in the game. If not, and he's like showboating or doesn't seem interested, no point in being there. He's overhyped. I don't really know who to choose between these two, to be honest. I'm not a massive Pogba fan at all. I don't like the attitude that he has. But I also don't like Jose. I didn't want him as manager in the first place. If I had to pick, I'd probably go with Pogba just because he's still playing for the team. As of recording this, there's rumours that he's leaving. So out of the two, I'd probably go Pogba, but I don't like the way he acts on the field and off the field as well, the way he portrays himself. But equally didn't like Jose anyway, although he did get results. Third question we have is, which players would you like to be sold? Now, which players don't I want to be sold, let's be honest. Ashley Young, for one, obviously he's got to go. Like, not up to scratch, needs to leave ASAP. I don't like Phil Jones, but he didn't have the worst season ever. How he's still a footballer for us, I've got no idea, if I'm being completely honest. But I don't know who's left that I don't want anymore. I like Mata as a player. He doesn't really fit, so if Mata went, it wouldn't be a big issue, but I do like him as a player and a person. Matic is getting on a bit now, he's past it. I'd like to see him replaced with somebody a bit younger. Phil Jones, I guess, will be in there. Equally, Rocco, I love Rocco, don't get me wrong, but he's always injured. And the number one that's got to leave is Alexis Sanchez. His wages, one, are ridiculous, two, he's done nothing for us. And it's just a waste of time having him sat on the bench. So my top three would probably be Sanchez, Ashley Young, and we'll go Matic. But I'm not really 100% sure. It's close between a few different players. Next question, what position do you think Manchester United will finish this season? There's the hope of, I hope this season will have improved enough and time under Ollie and the new signings and stuff will finish in third. That's a hope. Realistically, where I think we'll finish, if the window's to end now, we didn't get Bruno Fernandes, we just got the two signings. I think we're looking at another 5th place, maybe 6th place finish again. I don't think we've improved anywhere near enough compared to other teams. We're still nowhere near on the quality of Liverpool or City. So that'll probably be realistically where I think we finish. Where I want us to finish, as I said, probably top 3, but remains to be seen how that goes, I suppose. Next question, my best moment as a United fan. Well, I mean, there's Premier League titles to choose from. There's beating Arsenal 8-2. There's beating City in the derby. I can't remember what the score was, some ridiculous amount. So I can't really put it down to a favourite moment. As I said, I'd only won when the treble happened, so I can't really say that because I didn't see it. I wasn't live when Sir Alex was appointed. That's probably the best moment in our history ever. A lot of Premier League titles we've won. I'd go with, I don't really know. It's a tough one. The 8-2 beating of Arsenal was great. I don't know if it's one of our best things though. The overhead kick, Rudy's overhead kick against City in that game as well was really good. It's hard to choose a favourite memory, there's been so many. But it'd have to be one of the big wins we got over City, or just winning the title and FA Cup in, I can't remember what season it was, I feel like maybe it was 2008, I might be completely off there, but that's probably, there's been that many good moments, it's hard to narrow it down to one. Favourite Premier League goal? I mean, I guess that's got to be Rooney's overhead kick. I mean, there's been a lot of good goals scored. Nani scored a few rockets in his time. Ronaldo free kicked back in the day. Van Persie scored some crackers for us as well. Scholesy. But I think the most iconic is that overhead kick by Rooney against City. So that'll probably be, yeah, we'll go Rooney's overhead kick against City. It's the most memorable, and the technique on it was just ridiculous, let's be honest. Even Zlatan scored a few good goals for us, so it's hard to pick. I know it's favourite in Premier League history, but United fans got to be United goal, let's be honest. So it'll be one of those. We'll probably go with Rooney's overhead kick. What have we got next? Worst moment as a United fan. I mean, the last, 5-6 years, honestly, since Sir Alex left. Before then, things were hunky-dory, was winning titles, was playing well, we're making big signings. Since then, it's just gradually gone down, 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 down. And that's probably the way it's going to stay for a while, which is a shame. We've had managers Van Gaal and Moyes who just didn't suit our play style and didn't help us in any way. Had signing flops with Memphis, Di Maria, people like we wanted to work out. Then we had the whole Mourinho issue. Players being signed on ridiculous wages like Sanchez. And I think it's the worth of Manchester United has dropped by over $1 billion in the last year, which is big. We were valued at 3 point something billion, but down to like 2. So I think it's hard to put a finger on the worst moment. I think the worst moments have been and are still occurring at the moment, but hopefully we'll come through it and come out to the side and we'll get our way back to the top again. In the near future, how close that is, I've got no idea, but we can keep our fingers crossed. Next, thoughts on Manchester United extending current players' contracts. Now, I've got no issue with extending players' contracts like Andreas Pereira, Tuanzebe recently signed a new one, De Gea's in talks apparently, Rashford, although I think he's getting paid too much, signed one. I've got no issue with any of them players re-signing their contracts, but when you're letting players like Herrera go, Sanchez sat there on a ridiculous wage, Pogba moping around doing whatever he's doing, and not really making that many moves in the transfer window, that's the only place I have a problem. I don't mind the players that have been offered the contract re-signing, that's perfectly fine. If it was Sanchez and Jones and Matic being offered new contracts, I'd be annoyed. It's not, and the players that are being offered them isn't a big issue, so I'm fine with that, but I hope we make some new signings. Hopefully Bruno Fernandes will be signed later this week, fingers crossed. 2 more questions. Who's your dream signing for Man United? Now obviously you'd say Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe, that sort of person. But right now, I think our dream signing would have to be, I don't really know if I'm being completely honest with you, somebody like Koulibaly, Skriniar, Umtiti, someone like that. We need a solid defender at this point. We need a new centre half, or maybe a midfielder, the likes of, I don't even know, to be honest with you, I can't even think off the top of my head. A decent sitting, obviously not Fernandinho, he's too old, but that sort of defensive midfielder, also attacking midfielder, Bruno Fernandes, the Isco sort of players, Mertens, players like that. We need all these bigger names coming. I say we need bigger names coming back. That's kind of controversial because we sign big names on stupid wages. What I mean is we need not one big name like Pogba. We need multiple high-profile players to help us get back to where we are. Instead, we're looking at like Sean Longstaff, which don't get me wrong, I've got nothing against the guy. I don't know how good he is, but yeah. I don't really know. I don't have a dream player. Obviously, you're going to have to say Messi or Ronaldo back, having Ronaldo back. But in that current state, I think it's wiser to go for multiple high-profile players, strengthen the centre half and centre mid positions first, then go from there, I guess. And final question: would you rather eat shit once or watch Smalling, Jones and Young play 50 matches this season? I will 100% will go shit in the toilet right now and eat it. Rather than watch them 3 donkeys play 50 games for my club ever again, would rather eat shit. Give me, I wouldn't even need paying at this point. I would go do it right now because Young is absolutely atrocious. Jones, I said he's not been bad last season, but he's not United quality. Smalling, I don't have anything against Smalling, he's not great, but watching them three play for another full season would literally, I'd rather stick pins in my eyes. So that's the answer to that one. And that's all of the questions for today, guys. If you have enjoyed, please do leave a like. As I said, if you've got normal questions for me, you want a normal, more personal Q&A, or to know more about me, like a draw my life sort of thing, leave that in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to check those out and get that done in the near future. As I said, if you did enjoy, please do leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in a future video.